Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. So this Thursday, the 21st of November. And as always, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We will take a look at what is going on, what's been happening, and what we can kind of look for next, right? It does look as though we are about to make yet another all-time high. I mean, every day it's a new all-time high at this moment in time, isn't it? So I mean, that's absolutely amazing to see in terms of the HODL portfolios, right? But we will talk about the current price action and what we are kind of looking at here, and what we can kind of expect, of course, potential trades in the future as well. So let's talk about all of that. But before we do, please do make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, of course. And of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts and take a look at what is going on. So let's kind of start off with where we were yesterday, right? So where were we yesterday? So we were all the way back here yesterday when we were live, right? And there was the argument back here, right? There was the argument, and I know Mo brought it up as well in the chat, right? There was an argument for a potential short at this area here. But what I was saying yesterday, if you were watching yesterday, I was saying, I'm not entertaining this. I'm really not interested in this here. For me, there's no real sign of weakness here, right? So there's not even any point considering the short trade, right? And you can see that price actually went up, formed a new all-time high, and of course, the rest is history, right? We've kind of remained up here, right? So for me here, there was just no real sign of weakness. And okay, yes, we did see a lot of long trade. Well, I say a lot. We saw 34 million, which is a lot, but in terms of the market conditions right now, it's not really a lot. Okay, what is a lot is what we saw today, which we'll talk about as well, which is 111 million new long trades opening up here. That is a lot, again, paired with 27 million here, 27 million there, and however many else, 52 million here, 71 million there. That was a lot, right? But for me, there just wasn't enough reason for price to, of course, pull back, and I just wasn't seeing any signs of weakness really up here. We did see those long trades get wrecked very quickly, and then it was like, okay, there was not actually that many long trades on the move up here to wreck, right? So there wasn't really a reason for price to pull back. Price continued higher, made that new all-time high. So where we are up here, okay, is, of course, we actually did see some weakness, and in all honesty, I just didn't entertain a short trade, and it would have been a good idea to take a short trade from here, but I didn't entertain it, in all honesty. I just think we're looking so incredibly bullish at this moment in time. I'd rather look for long trades, but there hasn't really been any what I deem high probability long trades that have presented themselves to us, right? But talking about this possible short trade here, because again, like it's a controversial trade, right? It's a controversial trade because we're so bullish, everybody's so bullish at this moment in time, right? But as you can see here, the risk to reward on this trade would have been nice. Okay, it's a nice 1 to 2, or what I mean, if you pull it down here, 1 to 3, right? But I would have targeted kind of this low down here. So a 1 to 2.3, right? It would have been a nice trade. And there was a reason for price to pull back here, okay? And price did pull back. So if we take a look, you can see, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, right? 70, well, we can start further back. I guess that's not too important, but 71 million, 52 million. There was 27 million. And then, of course, 111 million longs at the high, right? Price started to pull back. What happens? You can see instantly 19 million of those got wrecked. Okay, 19 million of those got wrecked. And what does that give you? Okay, that gives you that opportunity to, of course, get into that short trade. And what can you expect? You can expect, of course, a long squeeze, right? And that's pretty much what we saw. Okay, you can see here, we can see some open interest decreasing, right? Open interest decreased ever so slightly, but it's still decreased, right? And you can see it's all negative delta, right? It was all negative delta. So we were seeing long trades getting wrecked on this move down. But then what did we start to see? Okay, and this is why I, kind of wasn't really interested in a short up here, is because we were also seeing a lot of short trades opening up. Okay, and when I'm looking for a short trade, I don't want to see short trades opening up. Okay, if there are a few short trades opening up, fine. But in this example, right, look how many short trades we were seeing open up. Okay, we were seeing like 7.2 here, 14 million here. Okay, and then you can see on the move down, right, we saw 25 million short trades open up. Again, as soon as those 25 million short trades opened up, what happened? Price reversed in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is why, right, when I'm seeing, okay, traders kind of, looking for the same direction as myself, okay, I will turn the other way, okay? Even though, right, we've seen a huge amount of long trades open up here. I understand, okay? But what we're now starting to see is that people are shorting on these pullbacks, okay? Because, everybody's thinking the same thing, right? This is unrealistic, right? We can't keep going up. We're going to have a huge crash, okay? So what do? They FOMO short. What happens when they FOMO short? Okay, they of course, you of course see price going the opposite direction. Now, you could say the same about all of these long trades, okay? And I understand, right? Usually, especially when we were in, again, if you were watching the channel, in this, let's go to the right time frame here. Okay, here. So all throughout this, right, what were we looking for here? Okay, we were looking for those 100 million plus long trades opening up at the high. Okay, and we got these really nice big short trades in, okay, on these big pullbacks because everybody was so bullish, right? But price was struggling to go higher. Okay, whereas again, this is where you need to be able to adapt, right? I spoke about adapting to the markets a lot back here. Okay, I haven't spoken about it in a few weeks now, but here, okay, this is where you kind of need to adapt a little bit, right? What are we seeing, right? We're not really seeing these long trades getting wrecked. Okay, why? Because every little pullback that we get is just getting bought up, right? It's getting bought up and bought up and bought up, and we're seeing, of course, price continue higher, right? So at this moment in time, okay, yes, right, we can find these little trades. As you can see here, this would have been a nice little short trade. And there was, of course, the one on the Discord that unfortunately front run the take profit ever so slightly. Which one was it here? Okay, so we had this short trade here as well. Just literally very simple 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio that I was looking for, right? So we can look for these little short trades here and there. But it's not, okay, there's no major sign of weakness up here, so it's not a huge trend reversal type thing, right? So, I mean, the shorts, okay, keep them short, right? Keep them open for a shorter period of time. That's kind of my plan at this moment in time. And of course, if I do get the long trades, like we had, right, we have had, and this was extremely unlucky, this one here. But we had this long trade, okay, that I gave from 59,580, around that area. Okay, we had this long trade, right? Unfortunately, price came down, and did I upload a photo? No, price came down and tapped the entry to the dollar, and then what did we do? We bounced off of my entry. Now that's just pure fluke. That's not. I'm not going to sit here and say people are out to get my to hit my stop loss, which of course was at entry. But yeah, I mean, long trades, right? They are favorable here. Very favorable long trade. Unfortunately, I did just get stopped out. Otherwise, I would still have that long trade open again at break even. So it was a very successful trade. What did we realize on that? It was a little over 1,000. Yeah, $1,150 on that trade. What did I leave? $500 margin left in the trade, just in case we did see higher prices, which of course we did. But yeah, we just tapped that entry to the dollar, bounced off of it, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, bit of resistance up here. And yeah, getting back to it, like, we just haven't seen what I class as high probability long trades anywhere down here. Of course, we've been holding that bullish structure, but I want to see some sort of absorption, something in the order flow to help me enter into one of these trades, right? Exactly like we had on that long trade that I showed you here. Okay, we had, of course, that very bullish absorption. That for me was just that perfect setup, and ever since that, in my opinion, we haven't seen a higher probability trade than that one there. Okay, because we haven't had the order flow match up with it, right? When I'm looking at trades and looking at high probability trades, I need that order flow to give me some information as well. Without that order flow, I don't really deem them high probability trades. But yeah, it's kind of just patience. I know we've had to be very patient here. I know I haven't taken hardly any trades here. I understand that. Whereas, a few weeks ago, we were taking, at least 3-4 trades, maybe 5 trades a week. But yeah, it's been a little bit quiet. But again, it's trading here, right? It's not investing, right? The investing part, right, that was from sub $35,000. That's where all the investing happened. Okay, here, right, there's, in my eyes, it's a very bad investment. Okay, why? Because we're so overextended right now. Okay, with how much further upside is there? Okay, of course, right, there is that possibility that we go all the way up to 200,000. Right, I understand that, but in reality, okay, what are the probabilities of that? I think they're fairly low. Okay, so right now, in terms of investing, it's, your investments should have been down at 30,000, 40,000, anywhere below that, right? Here, of course, it's just looking for trades, right? But I need to see, right? I need to see what I want to see when I look for trades. Okay, I'm not going to enter into lower quality long trades just because we're, of course, seeing every pullback being bought up, right? Again, this is trading. You got to be strategic in this, right? I mean, this period here was just the best period all year, in honesty, for trading. Here, very difficult to trade this. Okay, and you look at this as well. It's very difficult to trade this. Of course, you can long, you can buy. But this is all, everyone longing up here. It's all FOMO for me. Right? This is them FOMOing, and at some point they're gonna get taught a lesson, right? And they're gonna get hit hard. Okay, but right now, of course, they're of course doing really well. Okay, but we know that that's not going to last forever. Okay, this is really hard to trade, this price action. Okay, this is really difficult. Okay, of course, yes. Remember the long trade that we had from down there. Okay, that was the long trade to take advantage of this move. Okay, that was the long trade to take advantage of the move. right? Any long trades up here, okay, yes, you can take small little long trades in my opinion, but again, you've got to be very, very careful. Okay, you do have to be very, very careful, because if you're zooming out onto an 8 hour, onto a 12 hour, onto a daily, any long trades up here are FOMO. But when you're going into the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and you're taking long trades there for a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, okay, fine, right? Those are little intraday trades, right? Which, of course, take 80% profit, move your stop loss to entry, risk-free trade, let the rest of the trade ride, like I do a lot of the time. Okay, of course, that intraday trade can turn into a nice big swing trade, right? Here, this was just amazing price action to trade. This is, as you can see here, very tradable price action, okay? Because there's just so many pivot points, okay? There's just no pivot points, okay? It's just parabolic pretty much, right? It's very, very hard to trade this unless you're just longing, right? But if you take that strategy and you put that strategy into this here, right, what happens to you here if you took that strategy of buying, longing? What happened here? You got wrecked every single time. And this is what, of course, we capitalized on, right? We had, right, everybody longing this here, wrecked. Everybody long this here, wrecked. You can go back further. Everybody long this here, wrecked. Okay, here, everybody long this, little over 50% got wrecked, right? What saved us? We had big absorption here, right? Here as well. Everybody longed, half of them got wrecked. Okay, what saved them? Absorption. Absorption here, okay? And then, of course, we've gone pretty parabolic, right? So what you have to understand is that, yes, okay, buying here has been very, very profitable for people, okay? But if they took that same strategy like they were doing, okay, because we know we were looking at the order flow back here, right? We know that everybody was longing this, everybody was longing this, everybody was longing this and this. Again, they all got wrecked. Every single one of them got wrecked, right? Why? Because they were trying to implement this strategy here, okay, but it's not realistic. Okay, so what I'm just trying to get at is that, yeah, okay, you can buy 85,000, you can buy at 90,000, okay, and you can come up with excuses for your reasons, okay, in terms of trades, of course. But in reality, if you're doing that same strategy and you were doing it back here, you would have got, you would have got completely obliterated, right? And that's what a lot of traders don't realize, right? So yeah, just wanted to make you aware of that, of course, because it's very easy, and I've been through it. It's very easy to give into FOMO. It's very, very easy to give into it. But yeah, now I will just not give into FOMO, right? This whole move up, I haven't FOMO'd into a long trade, right? I've had the long trade here. I've had the other long trade from there, wherever it was, okay? And those, okay, for me, were strategically planned long trades with valid reasons why price was going to rise, sticking to my strategy, right? That's how it is for me. Okay, times like this, maybe I'm going to be taking less trades, right? I feel like this time I just got a little bit unlucky with, of course, especially the most recent long trade where we pulled back to my perfect entry, okay? My stop loss was there, of course, and we got stopped out. So it's just a little bit unlucky in that sense. But again, I'm not going to give into FOMO. All right, I'm going to look for the next best trade. That's all it is. Whether it be a short, whether it be long, I don't care. I'm just looking for the next best trade, of course. Now we have just come up, and I don't know whether have we just come up to all-time high? I think we front run it by 50 cents. That's how much we front run all-time high just now. We front run it by 50 cents. Wow. Let's have a look in terms of the order flow up here. Yeah, I mean, not even a huge amount of long trades are opening up here. Not even a huge amount of long trades. stock market is actually doing really well today. Let's just have a little look. I just want to have a little look at my personal stocks, because I haven't looked at them, and I can see we are having a little push up today. Cool. So yeah, I mean, that's always going to be good for Bitcoin, right? Seeing the stock market rise as well. But yeah, in terms of like the next trades, right? I don't see any weakness here, in all honesty. I'm kind of going to say the same as I said yesterday. Really, I wouldn't really be surprised if we saw higher from here. In all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't see any sign of weakness at all. The absorption has seemed to die down a bit here, though. So, because we're seeing so many long trades coming in as well, and a lot of short trades open up here. But that kind of just makes you a little bit more bullish, right? If we've had so many short trades open up. But yeah, the absorption has now tapered off here. You can see this whole move up here was literally just driven by absorption, right? Someone here was buying up big on every single pullback that we got. ETH is finally doing something. It's been a bit of a stable coin the past few days. But yeah, I'll be interested to know. Where you guys think the top of the bull market is going to be, because we have to kind of prepare ourselves for that, right? Because it's not gonna do this forever. It would be nice if it did. You say that though, and I mean, it is the pullbacks, because usually, as the bear market goes on, you can build some capital to, of course, buy up and then take advantage of the bull market again. I mean, let's see. Let's go from the 2020. Let's just see in terms of like a date range. How long were we in this for? $690 days. So yeah, a little over a year and a half. So I mean, we've been in this bull market for a lot longer already. Is that something to, we've been at 750 days. Wow. But yeah, I mean, my professional, um, or or should I say, realistic expectation is that we're going to be somewhere near the top here. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but it's it's gone parabolic, right? It's gone parabolic, and when it does go parabolic, that's kind of where things do come to a halt, and then we do tend to see some sort of big correction. Parabolic here, absolutely parabolic, big correction. We've gone parabolic again, and then big correction. We're very parabolic here. Is there a big correction to come, whether it be the start of the bear market or just a bull market pullback for another continuation higher? We don't know. But it goes back to what I was saying a few minutes ago about all of the FOMO long trades here. At some point, I can assure you they will get wrecked. Okay, they will get wrecked. Yeah, we're going to. Well, I don't know where it's going to be. There will be a big sell-off at some point. There will be, and yeah, a lot of people are going to get wrecked. A lot of people. And it's kind of just trying to time that top, really, isn't it? So, any kind of major sign of weakness, or even like any slight sign of weakness, it's not a bad idea, in my opinion, to take a short trade. And of course, you've got to be careful with it. So it's a case of, okay, looking for a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. I would close the majority of the trade, between at least 70 and 80%, maybe even 90% of the trade. Stop loss at entry, and then leave the rest to ride, right? Because I've said it many times before, and I've shown you many times before, where a small amount of margin, like $500, okay, can turn into a few $1,000s if if the trade is kept open long enough, and of course price is continuing in that direction. You may think it's a small amount of margin left in the trade, $500 left in the trade, but it's, what can that $500 turn into, depending on the percentage move and, of course, the leverage that you're capitalizing it on as well. That $500 could turn into $5,000, right? And it's a good way to do it, in my opinion. A lot of the time, if you're in the Discord, you could probably scroll back and you can see I've probably shared it. I won't go hunting for it, but the amount of times where I've taken 80%, left 20% in, and it's a very small amount of capital, but that $200, $300 can turn into $1,000, $2,000, $500 can turn into $3,000, $4,000. It's all dependent, of course, on if price does continue in that direction. So, in terms of, I don't see weakness here, really. I don't see weakness here. So if we were to get a pullback, I think a pullback could be a good opportunity to get into a long trade again, because, like I said, that I just don't see any weakness, right? It looks as though, and this is what I was saying yesterday, right, where sometimes you can kind of predict when you're going to get absorption. And I mean, this is one of those examples of where it's looking pretty realistic. It's looking pretty likely, sorry, that if we start to pull back here, we are going to see some sort of absorption here. And for me, that could offer a really, really nice long trade. I would like to see, what are we looking at here? 96,925, 96.95. So, I mean, session VWAP could work. Let's see if we've got any. I like that VWAP actually from there. Let's just put it from there as well. I mean, in terms of the confluence, that one looks the best. Daily opens a little bit too low. Okay, so I think I like this area for a possible long trade. So yeah, if I was to consider a long trade, it would probably be from this area here. Nice risk to reward ratio. Of course, this is just a bit of a guess of what it could look like. But yeah, I like that. I don't see any major sign of weakness here. So it's exactly what I was saying yesterday here, right? You know, I didn't see any major sign of weakness here. What happened? We continued higher. So it's the case of, okay, I don't see any sign of weakness, but price is pulling back. Is there the possibility that, okay, we get a little bit of a pullback, continuation higher, right? That's what I'd be looking at here. I'm not looking at shorting here. Again, I don't see any major signs of weakness. Not interested in a short trade from here. So it would be the case of, right, can we move a little bit lower here, get into this area? You know, let's see what we see here. Let's see if we get absorption, which is looking pretty likely. Let's see if we get that absorption. Maybe on top of that as well, we could see short trades opening up. That would be nice. And then it will be what's happening at that VWAP. Right, what's happening at that VWAP, or even session VWAP could be considered, in my opinion, as well. You know, where did that session VWAP start? All the way back here. So yeah, that session VWAP, in all honesty, can be considered as well. I like this. I do prefer this VWAP a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, remember, okay, I don't mind losing the level. Okay, I don't mind losing the level. Okay, again, we lost VWAP here, right? What does that mean, right? It doesn't mean anything to me. The reclaim means something to me here, right? Because that is a sign of strength. What do? We had a bit of a rise, pulled back tested as support, okay, with that little wick there, and then we continued higher, right? That's what I would initially like to see, okay? Something like that here. Or we could just hold it. I don't mind holding it either. If we hold it, great. Okay, we can look for a long trade up to a new all-time high. That's what I would be targeting. So that's kind of the play that I would be looking for, in all honesty. But only if, okay, everything aligned, right? We need to come into this area. We need to get that absorption. We need to see this level being respected. Because if we just lose, right, if we lose that VWAP, okay, that's a slight sign of weakness. Okay, that is a slight sign of weakness. It's not until the reclaim of that VWAP where I think, okay, this is a nice sign of strength. Let's look for higher prices, okay? Because what can happen, right? We can lose the VWAP, backtest it as resistance, reject, right, head lower, okay? So we don't want to just set a limit order here and long, right? We want to see what's actually going to play out down here. We're going to lose it, okay? If we lose it, we could go lower, okay? But if we come down to it, lose it, reclaim it, great. We can look for the long trade. Or do we come down it? Do we hold it, okay? Does price stall there? Okay, move away from it slightly. Great, long trade. Look for all-time high again. That's the play, in my opinion. But again, only if we get this pullback from here. Okay, if we go for a new all-time high now and we head up to 100k, right? This kind of invalidates this possible long scenario. This is only if we get this pullback around this area here. To add on to that, I mean, all-time high, again, that's a level of interest anyway. Let's see, do we see loads of long trades opening up here, but price fails to go higher? Maybe we get a short trade from there, pullback, long trade, kind of like that plan that we planned out here, okay, where price pulls back, gets the rise up to all-time high. Unfortunately, it played out, but just not in a tradable manner, okay? So let's see if we can get the same thing here. Maybe we come up for a short trade, down for a long trade, back up to all-time high, okay? Or do we come down for the long trade, back up to all-time high? That's kind of the plan that I'd be looking for a trade, in all honesty. Those are the only trades that I'd be interested in. In terms of the short trade here, not a preferred short trade. Reason being, I don't like the amount of long trades that have opened up here. I don't think there's a sufficient amount of long trades. But I mean, we could see a load of long trades open up here. We'll see. But yeah, I've just realized it is 7 o'clock, so I think I will leave that there. That's my plan, what I've just gone through there. We'll see what happens. Okay, pullback for the long trade. Okay, or do we maybe get the short trade from up here? But I need to see those long trades becoming trapped, if there are any long trades to open up there. Okay, because there may not be any long trades opening up, so I'm just not interested in it whatsoever. But yeah, we'll see. Stock market is rising today, which is good. So we'll see. Of course, if I do end up taking one of these trades, as always, I will post it in the Discord. So yeah, if you want access to that, first link in the description. But other than that, have a lovely rest of your day. I will see any Visionary members in the Discord, and yeah, I mean, I will see any non-Visionary members in the live stream tomorrow. I think I'll do the live stream tomorrow a little bit earlier than usual. I'm gonna go for dinner. It's Friday tomorrow, so I'm going to go for dinner in the evening. So I think I'll do the live stream a little bit earlier, in all honesty. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, guys. I hope it's given you some value. I know it's pretty boring at the moment, but yeah, we just have to get through this this kind of slightly untradeable price action. Because at some point we will get that very, very tradable price action like we did a few weeks ago. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. See you later, and goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my songs. So let's go back.